Ever wonder how to get to Sharon Tate's house from Frank Zappa's house? Here it is right here. Only 6.6 miles. I wonder if it's 6.66 miles. 7.9 miles if you take the longer route. Here's where Frank Zappa lived. 2401 Laurel Canyon Boulevard. He lived in the log cabin house, which was Tom Mix's house. It no longer exists. In 1981, on Halloween, it burned to the ground. I think Frank Zappa left there in 1968. A little close-up action here. We're not going to go right to the street level. We could. Not right away. See, right behind there is the Harry Houdini estate. It's off the road a bit, but it no longer exists. I think there's a tree house there still. But here are the directions. I wonder if the blue line's in the road. Maybe we will go to the street. Did they put the blue line in the road? I think we're going this way. I don't see the blue line in the road. It took my directions away. How do you hide the thing? Okay. So you start off on Laurel Canyon Boulevard, swing your way down, hook on to Sunset Strip, go past the Whiskey A Go-Go, winding. Go up Benedict Canyon Drive and go on to Cielo Drive. Look around, and there it is. Here's the house. If that's the house, doesn't look like it. Well, it's not on the road. Apparently some roads on Google, they don't get in there. You know, with the street, this has got to be chained off. As the Google truck goes everywhere it can. But as you can see, it's an alternate route. Starts off up here. You're gonna go Lookout Mountain Avenue. Where'd it go? Go way up here. Allenwood Road, Mulholland Drive, going right past Dead Man Overlook, Autry Overlook, Fryman Canyon Park, Mulholland Drive. There's a very winding road. And then down to Coldwater Canyon Drive. Total Wild West show. And eventually you hook up the same way. But this is like the epicenter, 2401 Laurel Canyon Boulevard, for the whole Laurel Canyon music counterculture scene. From there, all these families, these musicians lived. Many stopped by Frank Zappa's house. There's other houses. I don't know all the addresses, but a lot of them are along that road, Laurel Canyon Boulevard, or off it. And there's other ones that are connected with some of the other roads, like Mulholland Drive. But all this general area is where everything happened. In other words, a lot of people equate Laurel Canyon, that beautiful music scene, it's only 6.66 miles away from Helter Skelter, if we believe Helter Skelter. But we'll have to just assume Helter Skelter is real, because there's a lot of peculiarity. I can't even pronounce the word anymore. There's a lot of strange scenes inside the gold mine there. But it's 6.666 miles away. How convenient. According to this, which is a modern computation of this distance, where the place is much more crowded than it was. These are a bunch of hippies just going above LA. You know, right here's the Hollywood Hills. And there's the Hollywood Bowl over there that the Beatles made famous. And they're going above the city. This is the overlook of the landscape. And you can see this is much more concentrated, but this is modern. And there was not that many people compared to today living in that area. And that's why it takes 20 minutes. Back then, I've looked at that road. Some parts of the road say 25 miles per hour. The speed limit. That's fairly slow, but it is a winding road. All those roads are winding. You can see them just winding, and they're up on hills, and very dangerous. A lot of people died, I guarantee. And I would say in 1969, it was easier to travel from this epicenter to the Sharon Tate, Roman Polanski house. And you could get there much faster. Especially if you're speeding, they're averaging that. I don't know what it comes out to, but they're accounting for traffic. But I guarantee there was less cars on the road. But isn't that so convenient? Because like I said, when people think of like the Sharon Tate murders and the Laurel Canyon music scene, they distance them. They're really close. That's what the hippies would go up here. Like I said, it couldn't be as crowded as it was. Now, how it is now. the bird streets. I don't even know what this means. I'm saying they were just all out and about, doing drugs, going out there singing with their guitars. I guarantee if you lived up there nowadays and you started bringing around guitars and doing drugs out in the open, the police would come fairly quickly, and unlike in the 60s, they'd probably do something about it. But you still have all these clubs. They're up here. They're up in the Hollywood Hills. They come down to Sunset Strip, Whiskey A Go-Go, Troubadour. These were all famous clubs that popped up around the time where they went out there. So they had this picturesque abode up here to play their music, to have solitude to play the music. And what musician wouldn't? I mean, one of the reasons no one lives there anymore because it's too crowded, I guarantee. And the only one that I know that still lives there is Jack Nicholson. I don't know where he lives, though. But this isn't very far from the supposed Tate Labianca murders. Well, all this music was being made up here. And remember, Charles Manson wanted a career in the music industry. And he was hanging around with the Beach Boys, who were hanging around with all those people. All the people that came out to visit, including all the English groups, like Led Zeppelin, Eric Clapton. It's another one of those. The Beatles, the Rolling Stones. They all like stopped by this place. And it wasn't like they were tweeting back and forth. They just all at once, all these bands went out there. And we have this, it's almost right in the middle, this secret film laboratory at Lookout Mountain. Right in the middle of this this whole scene. Two scenes. You got the music up here and you got the murders down here. If they were murders, though. Really, we need to start questioning the Tate LaBianca murders because there's so many flaws. One of the crime scene photos shows Sharon Tate in one way. Another one shows her against the wall with a pillow. What does that mean? How did she move? They don't move corpses until they're ready to put them in the bag. But whatever. It wasn't that far away, and Charles Manson was definitely knocking on these doors. They're all over that whole region there. It's Mulholland Drive up here, and all around this whole region, all these canyons, and this is their nursery room, I guess. This is their little playhouse, their playground. But 6.66 miles away from Frank Zappa, who hated hippies, and that he's gone on record. Literally gone on record. We're only in it for the money. I think he didn't miss too many points on that album. But he's only 6.66 miles away from the Tate LaBianca murders. Very peculiar. And he moved out the year before. The year before the murders, he moved out. The murders were in 69, I believe. He moved out the year before. But there were other people very close there. It's not just Frank Zappa. A lot of people in just this general region right here. And I want to say that, what's his name? Jim Morrison lived somewhere. I want to say it was West Hollywood. I don't know. I don't know the addresses. I'm unfamiliar with the area. But 6.66 miles. That's all you need to know.